what happened with my cucumbers. Greetings, Charlotte. So just bringing y'all folks out here in the garden with me. So the red leaf lettuce is coming. This is some kind of cilantro and some spinach coming up. But something happened with my cucumbers. They were doing so well, so I have to get to the bottom of what happened to my cucumbers. So I gotta pull some weeds, because during rainy season these weeds come up even quicker. Alright. So I don't know if any of you have started growing anything since we had the last 21-day challenge, which was the jump into fitness, jump rope, and beginner gardening challenge. So I am posting the things that I'm growing. There's a little cilantro growing there. On Instagram, on Body-Culinary on Instagram. And if you go through this channel, you can see the different things that I'm doing in the garden. So my sister got her hips done. So we got to put in that time with the weeding. So this cilantro right here is doing pretty good. And we just watered, so the ground is pretty moist. So I'm gonna pull out the stuff that's not a plant, and be careful not to pull in the new stuff. Pull out the new stuff and only pull out the stuff that we don't want to eat. But it's kind of slippery and don't have room to grow anything. High raw food is over here. Well, Charlotte, I started out in a small apartment, and I've been growing stuff in an apartment in the city for years. I have been growing stuff for years in an apartment, so everybody can grow something. So I'm constantly giving different tips. I mentioned it, and this is the second video of today. In the first video today, I spoke. I'll always be adding little dabs in between locks and gardening. So I have different methods that I'm using with gardening, and so I can show you. I don't wish I know how to garden. Well, you know what? But that's how you learn. So you fail forward. Failure is feedback, right? So there's nothing negative. Each plant has like its own personality, and so they'll need each need different amounts of water and different amounts of sun. So have you read anything on the different plants that you've grown? Have you taken the time to read anything or do any research? Or are you just reading the back of the package? And by the way, none of those things is wrong. But it's a little bit challenging, but everybody can grow something. Because actually then you'll have some first-hand knowledge. But do check out the puppet series on the channel. Sister Butterfly and Sister Monkey Learn to Eat Better. Right? Because they're discovering different things about growing food there. I grew onions, cilantro, and tomatoes. That's actually pretty good. I thought you said you couldn't grow anything. That's actually pretty excellent. That's excellent. I have some new tomatoes that are coming up. See all these seeds in here? This is becoming overgrown, so this stuff is sucking up. Some of this stuff gotta go because it's becoming very overgrown. And this is weeding in itself is a meditation. Excellent meditation analogy for life. You live in Iowa cold, but after the first 2 weeks, it died. Well, certain things are more acclimated to the cold. There are certain things that you can grow better in the cold. So I'll give you an example. So you see these here? These here are growing in bags, and actually kale is pretty hardy, and kale can take a bit more of the cold, and there's some things that you can create a bit of a greenhouse even if it's colder. So something like this, maybe that's at some point I'll show a greenhouse that you can make if you're in an apartment. But you can make a greenhouse effect to grow, and these are some different sample things that I'm growing in different kinds of containers. So this is going to have a longer rooting system, and I can also plant things down in the side. But I have various different things growing in different kinds of bags and things over here, as well as some trees. So these probably are those green containers. I have a link to some different kinds of grow bags, or the ones I've experimented that I found that would be the best, because some of the people that I work with and family members, to encourage them to grow, when I find useful tools, I put a link to them. So I made a whole kit that I put on Amazon. So let me see. If you look on the Body-Culinary, I guess you call it a storefront on Amazon, I put a link for those things, and it may come up in this video, or one of my other videos. You'll see I put kits together for natural fitness, so you can have your own fitness in the house, and if you're traveling on the road, and also if you want to grow things in your house. So I took the liberty of just putting together a kit of things that people would need, or if my clients or other people that I work with or family members were looking to grow in the house. I put the links right there with the grow bags. So look underneath this video. If you don't see it, just shoot me over an email over at info@Body-Culinary if you can't find, or if you have any other questions, and I'll point you in the right direction. I have all kinds of different containers, and I just call them grow bags, but I'm always looking for different things to grow in. And again, different plants have different, but it should be a whole kit. The kit has like garden tools, different kinds of bags of different sizes. I just know I put a basic toolkit, like a really basic toolkit. You know, I have some moms that are interested in growing with their children. So it's a pretty basic toolkit of different kinds of bags. And actually the same bags that I sent actually for my mom to start. It's actually starting to get dark. So it's actually starting to get dark. So I'm trying to get some weeding in before it gets dark. I want to get something in. Because sometimes I don't want to weed, and sometimes, you know, certain things you want to get done. And stuff you don't want to do those chores, better to get those done early. But even if I get something done every day, if you don't put in anything, this stuff gets overwhelming. It can be a lot. So yeah. What is the name of those green? The name of them is in the kit if you look at them, but I call them green bags, or I just call them grow bags, but they're all different kinds. And so you can get the ones that are more appropriate for whatever kind of space you live in. You know, so I don't know what your space is, how much space you have, how much sunlight you have, all those different. Oops, I think I just pulled out an onion by mistake. But those different things can make a difference in how your stuff grows in the house. But I just call everything a grow bag, but they're different kinds. Oops. So if you look at, just look at the exact name of them, and the ones that are being most appropriate, because they're all different kinds and they're becoming more popular for beginning gardeners. Just look through the kit, and you should see the name of the in the link that's on my page. You can see the link to the grow bags. And if you have questions, just shoot me over a message. But I know I put different ones there, considering that that my mother, you know, who doesn't really grow any food, I'm just very aware that a lot of folks are new to gardening, or they have very, very small spaces. I can't believe these onions are finally coming up. The link going to be on this video. I will double check. There should be a link on this video if it's not already there. If you don't see the link, I'll go in and make sure I put a link to the kit. So it should have pretty much everything somebody would need for beginner gardening. And other than that, you just want to be cognizant of what kind of containers you have and how much space you have, and the temperature. And also something you can look at is the region. So that's something that you can Google. You can go online, you can Google to see what region you're in. So if you're in Iowa, there's usually like a number. Look at that. You see that? That's not a weed, that's an onion. But you can go online and you can check your address and see what region you're in. And that's going to be really important for the what they call the cold zone. So to know if it's frost. looks like a carrot seed right there. That looks like a beginning of a carrot. But you can look and see what your grow zone is and see if it's frost. If it's frost, which it sounds like if it's really cold over there, certain things may not grow. It's night over here. What time is it over there? So, I think, I can't see the time from there. Sane, what time is it? So it's 5:30 p.m. right here, right now. So, yeah. So during daylight savings time, between here and New York, I know it's 1 hour. And then other times of the year, it's 2 hours. It's a 2-hour time difference. Over here, it's 20-something degrees. Mama. I'm from those cold regions, so that's not really my cup of tea. 65 degrees to me is chilly. But trust me, I braved it for many years. Many. For many years. So I can dig it. I was a sister carrying around flasks of hot water to stay warm because the cold was challenging. But you know, I'm also one to really be very masterful at working with the space that I've got. I know how to work a small space. Because I'll be having a gym in there in my space, a fancy food prep area, you know, really make your living space your sanctuary. Especially when you're coming in out of the cold. So I just want to see what kind of weeding I can get done. But everything is real slippery because we just watered. And what's the onion? No, this is a weed. I hate the cold, but it is what it is. Woo! Hate is a strong word, but I feel you. The cold to me was painful. I actually found it quite painful. And my hands used to feel like they were falling off. I remember my fingers turning blue a couple of times. Then I was like, you know what? I don't have to be here. Let me try the exit plan. That's what I started telling my clients. I'm going to be traveling for some education. If my clients are out there, yeah, you know what time it is. So I was like, I need some sunlight on my skin. So, trade-offs. Everywhere you go, there's going to be trade-off. Fingers turning blue. Yeah, I'm extremely sensitive to the cold. My toes hurt, especially my fingers. It's painful. I would pay like $100 for gloves. I mean, I've even had clients buy me expensive $100 heated gloves. I mean, I had gloves with heaters in them. So I could dig it. I can definitely dig it. Yeah, it's a little challenging to pull this stuff when it's slippery. But, oh, look at that. I love this stuff from Missouri City, Texas. All right. The heat. Look at that. You see those peppers in there? Can you see those peppers coming? There's one like right there. I don't know if you can see it. There's one. It's like little babies, little miracle. Look. There's some more peppers coming, some more peppers coming. Oh, look. There's some right there. See that? There's peppers coming. They're hidden in there. There's some more peppers. But the cucumbers, they started out, the cucumbers started out so good. And then they went down south or up north. So I gotta give them a touch up on some weeding. So, but if you started growing them, were you able? I hate to quote it. Were you able to grow anything successfully that you could eat yet? Because you can. It's like with anything else. It's like once your eye, you just see the patterns. Oh, that looks like, is that spinach? But once you see the patterns, you know what to look for. It's easy. These started out so beautiful, and then something took them out. So I'm not going to pull them until I investigate, right? Because it's such a great analogy for life. It's just like learning your body. There's so much information to be had from preparing your own food. Preparing your own food and growing in a garden. If you got any stress going on, which most of us do, look at that. It started out so wonderful. I don't know what happened. That's okay. I'm going to plant them in another area. I'm going to start over. And they were such good seeds, too.